Hello, my name is Paul Vincent, and I am from 100% Effective. I regularly run training sessions where I help service providers to more fully understand the role of procurement. I also help them to distinguish between the different types of procurement individual they may encounter and how to engage most positively with them. During these training sessions, I am often asked the question, what makes a great procurement professional? My reply, which some of you may have heard me say before or read in one of my previous articles, is that a great procurement professional will think and act like a business person in a procurement role. But what does this really mean? A short while ago, I was asked to try and bring this answer to life for one of my customers. In response, I developed an A to Z of what I personally believe are the key characteristics and behaviours of a great procurement professional. During this short video clip, I would like to share my A to Z with you. A great procurement professional will want to be known in their organisation as someone who makes things happen. For example, they will not just be satisfied being led or drawn towards a procurement requirement. Instead, they will take every possible opportunity to proactively support their internal clients in shaping and defining what their external supply needs look like. A great procurement professional will always find a way to tailor their approach and interventions around the objectives of the business. They will never expect internal clients to define their requirements around the procurement process itself. A great procurement professional will feel comfortable about questioning and challenging their internal clients. They will always do so appropriately and in a way that demonstrates their commitment to supporting the business outcomes required. A great procurement professional will not wait until they are invited or asked. They will set the pace for others to follow, and they will consciously demonstrate their value add during all stages of the buying process. A great procurement professional will eradicate every non-value adding step in the buying process, for both internal clients and suppliers. They will do everything possible to keep the cost of sale low, and then work openly with the supply market to translate these benefits into improved commercial terms. A great procurement professional will know when to facilitate, when to lead, and when to butt out. Once a contract has been let, they will help to orchestrate the achievement of business outcomes rather than just police the commercial terms from afar. A great procurement professional will be realistic. They don't own the budgets. They don't own the targets. They don't own the problems. They are there to support stakeholder success. A great procurement professional knows that the bigger picture is always more important than a surface short-term win. For example, have you ever heard an internal client say, "The company and the quality was rubbish, but thanks procurement, you negotiated an amazingly low price"? No, neither have I. A great procurement professional will be a role model to others. Their working style, attitude, and overall approach will inspire confidence in their ability, and this will naturally invite their involvement at every stage of the buying process. A great procurement professional will work behind the scenes with their internal clients and other key stakeholders to ensure that their organisation presents a united front to the supply market. A great procurement professional will have strong credentials and a successful track record of delivery. They will be knowledgeable about their organisation and be regarded as a key go-to person by their internal clients and peers. A great procurement professional will search far and wide for commercial and competitive advantage on behalf of their organisation. They will always be vigilant to new and innovative sources of supply and do whatever they can to advocate these alternative approaches with internal clients and other key stakeholders. A great procurement professional will never recommend second best. They will always seek to inject their own thoughts and experience on what good might look like for a particular business need and a view on the options for achieving it. A great procurement professional will deal in facts, not conjecture or perception. They will seek evidence before acting, and they will listen without prejudice. A great procurement professional will use their own and the past experiences of others to help inform their recommendations about a particular way forward. However, they will never ever assume that the past will automatically predict the future, particularly when it comes to supplier capability and performance. A great procurement professional will be focused on the here and now. They recognise that the context behind every buying situation will be potentially different in some way, and they will take account of those differences before taking or recommending action. A great procurement professional qualifies themselves by the words they use, the actions they take, and value they bring, not by what courses they may have done. They do not believe you need to be a professionally trained procurement person to buy something well. They just know that to buy something well, you need to be professional in how you go about it. A great procurement professional does not easily get blown off course from a route that they believe to be the right one. They will argue their case soundly and determinedly and base their arguments on whatever they believe will constitute the best business outcome. A great procurement professional understands the need to build momentum with short-term gains, but their primary focus is on delivering strategic and sustainable improvements for their organisation. Ultimately, that is what always wins out. A great procurement professional does what they say they will, when they say they will. Although they will naturally seek commercial and competitive advantage during negotiations, they will always be genuine in their dealings with the other side. A great procurement professional speaks from a position of knowledge. They understand enough about what they are buying to recognise true cause and effects during negotiations. They know which contract variables will make the biggest difference to a successful business outcome, and they will make sure those variables are sufficiently addressed in any final agreement. A great procurement professional will buy the right things at the right time from the right supplier at the right price. A great procurement professional will seek commercial terms that can deliver the required business outcomes while still enabling the chosen supplier to make a reasonable return on the contract and remain fully motivated to deliver. A great procurement professional knows when to look under the surface of a proposal. They instinctively know how much validation will be required to ensure that the benefits being offered can be fully realised. A great procurement professional knows that the easiest word to say during the buying process is no. However, they also understand that saying no will not always create the best commercial and contractual environment for the required business outcomes. Procurement is not a sport. For instance, saying yes to dialogue between suppliers and budget holders is a good thing if properly facilitated. Fuller disclosure during a bidding process might generate a more thorough proposal. Being honest about the true opportunity to win the business will ensure that the right service providers put sufficient thought into their offer. A great procurement professional knows that everything has a cost and nothing is ever totally free. For example, companies who are prepared to be paid on contingent terms only will be convinced that there is an attainable upside. Zero is often an artificial proposition, and great procurement professionals are mindful of how they deal with it. After I presented this A to Z to my customer, they asked me a pretty direct question. Does such a procurement professional exist? Of course they do, I said. Most of these characteristics are attitudinal and behavioural. People can choose to do them or not. So now let me ask you, are you a great procurement professional? If not, which one of these attitudes or behaviours do you think would make the biggest difference to your success? What is going to stop you from taking action? Today. Now. 100% Effective offer a range of consultancy and training services. If you would like to find out more about our procurement portfolio, then please call the office on 0845 070 2987. We will also shortly be publishing a range of guides on our website explaining how this A to Z can be applied to different types of spend.